come back now?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. Today's case flips the badge and puts accountability front and center. We're examining body cam footage from Ohio where a Cincinnati police officer was arrested for operating a vehicle impaired, OVI. This incident reminds us that no one, not even law enforcement, is immune to consequences if you're driving while drunk. We'll walk through the footage, break down the legal elements, and I'll explain how evidentiary standards apply step by step. Let's jump in.
Hello. How are you? Got you stopped your speed.
My bad, bro. I appreciate it. Cincinnati.
Okay. Anything to drink tonight?
Nope.
Mind if I check your eyes out?
Yes, sir.
All right, bring your head out here just a little bit.
Okay.
Follow, tip my finger with your eyes only. Don't move your
Yep.
head. Man, how much you had to drink?
Literally nothing. I took my friend home.
All right, I'm gonna get you out and make sure you're okay to drive.
Okay.
Step on that. You know your tags are expired as well?
I know that already. I work for Cincinnati.
You work for Cincinnati and you got expired tags?
I showed you my badge.
I know, but I'm saying you work for Cincinnati and you drive around with expired tags? How long you work for him?
About a year and a half. I started when I graduated college.
All right. I'm gonna have you walk to the passenger side of my vehicle.
You said walk to the path?
Yes,
This
sir.
side? What do you want me to start?
Just walk back there. Just walk normal.
Just walk?
Yeah, normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were doing the step test or whatever.
No, I'm gonna do HGN first, and we'll go from there. Just stand by my front tire there. Where do you live at?
You said what?
Where do you live at?
I'm literally going home. I dropped my friend off.
Okay.
We're at my friend's house.
Okay. Cool. All right, just stand right here, face
Okay.
out towards me. All right, have you followed tip of this pen with your eyes only? Don't move your head at all, okay? Do you have any recent head, neck, or back injuries?
My neck hurts, yes.
Your neck hurts? Do you have any issues with your knees? Ankles,
My
or
knees
anything?
hurt, yes, too. Yes, sir.
Take any prescriptions?
No, sir.
Seen a doctor for anything?
No, sir.
Glasses or contacts?
Nope.
Diabetic or epileptic?
Nope.
All right. Follow tip of this pen with your eyes only. Don't move your head at all. Don't move your head. You can blink at any time.
You said what, sir?
You can blink at any time.
Okay.
Stay looking here.
Okay.
You know the process, man. I gotta hold it out there for so long.
I know the process. Like I know it.
All right, so you know I gotta hold it out there for so
Yep.
long, so just stay looking here. You keep moving your head, just keep it straight, man.
It's the light. Like I'm sorry.
I'm trying to keep the light out of your eyes.
Okay.
Just follow to the pen, all right?
Yep. I literally live like 15, 20 minutes away.
Okay. How much you had to drink tonight?
Literally nothing.
Nothing at all?
No, sir.
All right.
Me and my friend were at my boy's house, and I dropped him off just now.
Okay.
And I was literally taking me and my girl home. That's literally it.
All right. So nothing to drink at all?
No, sir.
So if you blow in a portable breath test, it'd be triple
I
zeros.
refuse all that. You can call your sergeant if you want to.
I don't need to call my sergeant.
I'm just saying. But like, I literally have had nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink, then it would be triple zeros,
Nothing.
right?
Me and you both know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
And you've been drinking.
I have not.
You have. I can still smell it on you as you're talking.
You cannot smell anything on me.
I can
smell gum because I've had gum.
No, I can smell a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
You cannot.
I can.
Okay.
Why would I make it up? Why would I pull you out of the car?
I have no idea. I was speeding. Yes, if you want to earn me a speeding ticket and ticket for my registration being expired, fine. That's fine.
Okay. But you're not willing to blow in a portable breath test?
No, sir.
I want to put you through some more tests.
I refuse.
You refuse? Go ahead and turn around.
What test?
Turn around.
I will do the test.
So you want to do the test now?
I will do the test. I really just want to meet.
Why are you trying to? You know how this goes.
I know how it goes. That's why I'm asking you why you're doing this. Like I want to get.
Because I smell alcohol. I'm doing my job.
Okay, I will do it. Do you want me to walk in the line?
No. Just don't walk away. I'm talking to you right here.
I started the line right here.
You want to walk on the crack of this line right here.
Whatever you want me to do.
That is obviously uneven pavement. No, I'm gonna have you walk in front of my car.
Okay, that's fine.
Walk up here.
How many steps?
Walk up. Just walk.
Regular? Not one foot in front of the other?
No, I'll explain it when you get up here. I'm going to have you walk towards my car.
Okay, so just walk regular?
Yes, that's what I just said. You're not listening.
No, I know how it goes.
Stop right there.
That's why I asked.
Turn towards my car.
Okay.
All right. So can you imagine a line going from here to my patrol car?
Can I? Yes, I will use this line right here.
Sure, you can use this line right here.
This black line that's like double?
Yes, sir, you can. Yes,
okay.
You can do that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to get you in starting position. Stay in that position until I tell you to start the test.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and put your left foot on the line with your right foot in front, touching heel toe. With your right foot in front, touching heel toe.
Right foot in front? Okay.
Heel toe. Arms out at your side. Stay in that position until I tell you to start. What you're going to do is take 9 heel toe steps down the line.
I don't know if I can take 9 steps, but I will try.
They're going to be heel to toe steps. You'll be able to take 9 heel toe steps, all right? Unless you got Shaquille O'Neal's feet, you'll be fine, and they don't look like Shaquille O'Neal's feet. So 9 heel toe steps down that line. Once you get down that line, you're going to keep your lead foot on the ground. Take a series of small steps, turn around, and take 9 heel toe steps back.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
demonstrate it for you. The whole time you do it, you'll count your steps out loud. Stay looking down at your feet. Keep your arms down at your sides, and once you start the test, do not stop. It's going to look just like so. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. I took 3 steps. You're going to take 9. Keep the sleeve foot on the ground. Series of small steps, turn around, and 9 heel toe steps back the other way. 1, 2, 3. I took 3 steps. You're going to take 9.
Yes, sir.
You understand everything?
Yes, sir.
Check's okay. You can go ahead and begin the test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I come back now?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. Turn towards my car. Feet together. Arms out at your sides. Same thing, don't start till I tell you to. What you're going to do is raise either foot off the ground 6 inches. You're going to keep your legs straight with your toes pointed out. The whole time you do it, you're going to count in this manner. 1001, 1002, 1003, so on and so forth till I tell you to stop. As you know, the test lasts 30 seconds. I time it with my watch. Okay. The whole time you do it, you'll count in the manner I just instructed. You'll stay looking down at the foot that you have raised, and you'll keep your arms down at your side.
Yes, sir.
It's going to look just like so, either foot you like. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. See how my legs straight?
Yep.
Toes pointed out, arms down at your sides. Do that the whole time, okay?
Let me know when you're ready.
Do you understand the instructions?
I understand.
All right, you can go to begin test.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. I can't, my balance is off.
All right. Now you can stop. That's 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Are you serious right
Yes,
now?
sir. You're under arrest for operating vehicle impaired. Put your palms together. Bring your arms back. Do you need another set?
What'd you say?
Do you need 2 sets on?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Take your watch off and put it in your pocket for me.
This is a Rolex.
All right. Put it in your pocket. I don't want it. Any possession of your Rolex. Palms together.
Now this was an interesting stop because it starts off casually, expired tags, speeding, but things turn serious once the officer smells alcohol. Despite the off-duty officer's claims that he hadn't been drinking, physical clues during the field sobriety test, the big one is not being able to make it 7 steps, they all suggest otherwise. We watch as he tries to explain things away, mentioning he's with Cincinnati PD, claiming he hasn't had anything to drink, and even offering to perform the test after initially refusing to take any tests and wanted a supervisor to be called. But what about that gut feeling? The one that tells you that something's up. The arresting officer, he didn't ignore any gut feelings of intuition. He continues to investigate, he remains professional, and follows through with an arrest based on what he observed and not who the driver is. Let's jump into the law breakdown of what OVI is in Ohio. Under Ohio law, the charge is operating a vehicle impaired, OVI. This is the equivalent of DUI in many other states. My home state, we use DWI and DUI as separate charges. In Ohio, to charge someone with OVI, the prosecution must show that 1, the person operated a vehicle, 2, they were impaired by alcohol, drugs, or both, or number 3, they had a blood alcohol concentration, that's BAC, of 0.08% or more. OVI applies to driving a car, a motorcycle, and even riding a horse in Ohio. In this case, the officer's refusal to fully comply with testing, his unsteady performance, and the arresting officer's detection of alcohol were enough to proceed with an arrest under the statute. Now, what's the penalties for a first-time offense in Ohio? That's 3 days to 6 months in jail, a fine of $375 up to $1,075, 1 to 3 years license suspension, and possible driver intervention program or some sort of ignition locking system to be put on their car. Now, I wonder how that's going to affect his job if he's a patrolman, has to be able to drive a car. It's going to be interesting. Let's look at the evidentiary standards. And actually, before we do that, there is and has been a change in their laws that are making it more strict for driving under the influence, operating a vehicle while impaired in Ohio. They have a law called Live's Law that's going to be enacted on April 9th, 2025, and it's going to make all the penalties go up for various driving while impaired offenses. With that, let's jump into the evidentiary standards. There's 6 levels of evidentiary standards that we talk about on a daily basis, and these are the standards used in American law, okay? They go from the faintest suspicion to the highest burden of proof, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's talk about those 6. First, you have mere suspicion. That's the weakest level, okay? That's just a gut feeling or instinct that something isn't right, but there's no concrete facts to actually prove that gut feeling. Here, the officer may have initially sensed something was off. Maybe the tone of voice by the officer that was driving drunk, or his body language, or the way he interacted with him when he first approached. Do remember that he was quick to show his badge. Number 2, reasonable suspicion. All right, this is the next level, and it requires specific articulable facts that suggest criminal activity may be occurring. Now, in court, you may hear the term criminal activity was afoot, and that's just enough to justify a brief detention while the police investigate further to see if there's actually something going on. In this case, speeding and expired tags gave the officer a lawful reason to stop the car. The smell of alcohol added more to the justification to continue the investigation. Number 3, probable cause. Now, this standard demands that there's enough evidence to lead a reasonable person to believe that a crime has likely been committed. This is the level that the police have to reach, and any government agency has to reach to go seek out a warrant or to arrest a person, okay? Here, the driver's poor performance on the field sobriety test, coupled with his refusal to continue testing, all that provides sufficient grounds for an arrest. Number 4, preponderance of the evidence. This standard is used mostly in civil cases, and it means it's more likely than not the claim is true. Now, if we're looking at this from a civil liability angle, it would likely be proven that the officer was impaired based on the body cam footage and the observed behavior. It only requires 51% of the evidence to prove a claim in civil court, okay? Under this standard. Now, the next standard we're talking about is a little bit higher. Let's move on to number 5. Clear and convincing evidence. This level requires evidence that's highly and substantially more likely to be true than not. It must be clear, direct, and convincing. This is about 75% of any evidence needs to prove one claim versus the other. This is used in mostly fraud cases, maybe labor disputes, custody cases, things like that. And finally, we have number 6, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard of proof required in the American legal system. It's used in criminal trials, and it requires near certainty of guilt based on the evidence presented. We usually say it takes about 90 to 95% of the evidence needs to point to someone committing a crime. Here, a jury watching this footage, combined with the testimony and any chemical test results, would be asked to determine whether the officer's impairment was proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And speaking of a jury, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a juror. Let's imagine if you're juror number 5. There's only 12 of us here. Let's ask some questions. Would you believe this officer was impaired? Now I'm talking about the Cincinnati police officer, the one driving. Based on what we saw. Next, do you find the arresting officer acted fairly and by the book? Now remember, juror number 5, you and me will say, I'm juror number 6. I'm right beside you. We're regular folks. How do we feel if someone's given an unfair advantage? Next, does the suspect's badge change how we interpret the facts? Finally, should a public servant be held to a higher standard or the same one as everybody else? Remember, juror number 5, please drop your verdict in the comments. I want to hear from you. Okay, so what's our major takeaway from this? I think it's police officers are not above the law, and impaired driving leads to real consequences, even for those with a badge. And finally, evidentiary standards, they still matter. They guide us from the traffic stop to a sentence. Now, I will say that by the time this officer goes to court in district court or the lowest level court they have in Ohio, he'll probably be excused off of this, and the judge will probably take it under advisement. And that's just being real with all of you all out there. If he shows up and he actually has good credentials, he's an officer somewhere else, he's under good standing, they'll give him a... But out there in the field, you have seen the law in action, and it went against one of its own. But I do say that's what justice is supposed to look like. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy. I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a good day. And man, if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe and send it to your friends. I'll see y'all in the comments.